Hi, it's Nikki and welcome back. Today I'm talking about money and I'm talking about it in a very real, I've been there, I get it situation. And firstly, I want to say you're not the only one. And even if your algorithm is spitting out all these people who are living their best life, traveling around the world, earning seven figures, most of them will not have always been in that situation. Or if they have been, they've probably had family generational wealth. So don't believe everything that you see on the internet, first and foremost, and know that we are only seeing a slice of their lifestyle. And I guess thirdly, if it doesn't make you feel good, please tune off from it. Here's what I want to talk about today. I want to give you some really basic, what do I do right now, Nikki, please, to earn money, golden rules, activities, practical steps. There's such a conversation around making money or money-making activities. And sometimes they are so long-winded. Something like building a funnel is great because it will make you money in your sleep. But sometimes it takes 6 months for that funnel to really deliver and show what it's capable of, or for you to tweak and get right. And I also want to acknowledge that if you are feeling like the money is not coming in, that might be causing you some stress. You might have other circumstances. You might just be really tired as well. I want to acknowledge that too, because again, it's not necessarily a sexy title and it's not something that we should talk about. And of course, it's subjective. Of course, different people have different experiences. But equally, it's hard. It's really hard. So if you need a bit of love and encouragement today, I want to give it to you. Again, I've been there. I've lost many, many nights over the years, stressing, worrying about money. And maybe I'll have more in the future. But I'm interested in, but how do I get out? What do I need to do in order to make things better? Because many of us do not want to stay in the current situation that we are in. We're looking for solutions. We want to, make stuff happen, feed our families, have a great time, and preferably get a good night's sleep. So number one, I want you to check in with your capacity right here, right now. Yes, you might have a big idea, a big life and business plan to build a international global business that does all of the things. You want to be in locations, you want millions of customers, you want to, your own goals. Maybe that is your 5 or your 10-year plan. But that goal right now is not necessarily going to help you on the day-to-day, because it's probably a long way from where you are right now. Meaning, if we were going to train you, not that I am a trainer, for a marathon, and you've never run before, or you've really had a bad injury and you feel like you're starting from scratch, focusing on that marathon is too far away. You have to focus on the first steps, the 5K, the 1 mile, whatever it might be. And I actually shared this on my Instagram earlier about running. Sometimes you literally have to focus on the next tree. I'm really lucky where I live. There's loads of trees along every street. And sometimes I do that. Everything in me is saying, go home, not today. You don't like this today. Move, go back, get back into bed. And in order to keep moving forward, I have to focus on the next tree. And so when we're talking about bringing money into your business right now, we have to go back to basics. What is your capacity right now? And you could look at this in terms of time. You could look at this in terms of focus. So yes, you might have an idea for 16 different courses, but what is the one thing that you can do right now that's going to bring money in? And that could be you saying, right, I've got 5 hours this week to make money. What could you do in 5 hours? How could you help people within that 5 hours? Is it 5 1-hour spots where you do one-to-one? Is it you creating a course for 2 of those hours and 3 of those hours are focused on marketing that course and bringing people in? Is it you saying to a company, hey, I've got 5 hours, I could do this for you, and putting together a business proposal and sending it to 20 different companies, tweaking it and making it bespoke, of course, and offering your services in that way? We have to get into the here and now. I love the big dreaming, big picture thinking, but if you are feeling at capacity, you have to go back to basics. Number 2, how do I like to learn? One of the things that we can get so many clues from is how we like to purchase, how we like to consume. And there's 2 ways here that I can share. One, I love that idea that I can learn in my own time, whether that's a book, a podcast, a course. For so many years, I was juggling parenting and childcare and work and trying to create income and do all of these things. And so I really appreciated those offerings that I could purchase in my own time and I could complete. So sometimes that was my baby would wake up for the day at 4:30 in the morning and I would finally get them back to sleep at 5:30 in the morning, and then I was wide awake for the day. So great, okay, I'm going to get on with something for 45 minutes before they wake up again, or however my day would go. I love that sense that I could do those things. So maybe there's a clue in that. Maybe you want to serve somebody or help somebody that loves that flexibility of content. Secondly, if I am working one-on-one with somebody, this is me as a client, I love that feeling of getting that bespoke support. And sometimes there has been a need in my business where I don't want something generic. I don't want the course creator to say, if you are this kind of person, do this. If you want this kind of person, do X, Y, and Z. I love that. No, this is about you and your circumstances and your business in this moment. So maybe you have something that you can offer that really tunes in and offers that bespoke experience to your client or your customer. Number 3, how do I like to buy? Noticing my own purchasing history has been so useful. So maybe there's something that you could bundle together. Maybe there's an added value situation. Maybe there's something that you can create, but you put it in terms of a payment plan. Maybe you could do a fast action bonus. Maybe you could put together a package that works over a longer period of time. It's up to you how you do this, but bearing in mind what has moved the needle for you in terms of your purchasing will give you some ideas as to how you welcome that money in. We don't want to create things, we don't want to talk about our services or products just for them to sit on the shelf. There has to be something that makes somebody go, right, this is what I need. This is what I need, and I need it right now. Let me do this. So often it's so easy just to be in that scrolling, going through the motions, going through like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, I'll read the sales page. What's going to make that move from them being a scroller into a purchaser? Number 4, the specifics. so often we've been taught, especially as girls at school, to be nice to everybody, to be kind, to be generous, to be all of the things to all of the people. And I think so often we can take these things into our business, into our the way that we are building our careers. We don't want to leave anybody out. We don't want to be a meanie and just kind of go with these people and leave these people. It goes back to the playground. We don't want that person to be sitting by themselves and not joining in the game. In this time, you have to be so clear and specific about who you are serving for two reasons. One, it's going to help you with your messaging. It's going to help you work smarter. It's going to work not feeling like you're all the things to all of the people, and you can just crack on rather than diluting yourself the entire time. The second thing is you are actually going to help more people in a broader, wider, deeper way. Meaning, if you are not talking to somebody directly, they're not necessarily going to recognize themselves in this situation. And so therefore, they're not going to make the purchase. And secondly, they're not going to get the help that they need. I see this so often in parenting spaces where somebody is a parenting expert and they're trying to serve everybody. They're trying to serve newborn babies and their parents, obviously. They're trying to serve toddlers, kids that are at school, teenagers, tweenagers, people who are just about to leave to uni. Like, there's so many things. And within that demographic, they're so different. My niece, who is 15 months, is so different from my 5-year-old daughter. She's so different from my 8-year-old son. And who I am in that situation, obviously who I am as a mum and an auntie is different as well, needs to be taken care of in those different needs. So even though I know you want to help everybody, I want you to be really specific, maybe just for this time, maybe just in this moment, because if you are, you will welcome in those sales much quicker. To complete part 1 for today, I want you to think about you and why you in this moment. What is the value that you are providing? What's your ethos? What's important to you? What foundations do you stand upon? What is the transformation that you provide? Again, in wanting to please everybody, it can be so easy to be generic and be all of the things to all of the people. However, I want you to be specific in your transformation. Think about it as a mathematical equation. Here is the person right now, plus you in this equals what's the transformation. Sometimes going back to those basics will help to declutter and pull away anything that doesn't serve you or your client. Again, sometimes we can get into that situation of, yeah, but I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to leave anybody out. The best work we can do in the world is to really serve the people that need us. And actually, not everybody needs us. I made a video a while ago saying not everybody needs to hear it from you. And even as I was putting that together, I was like, ooh, that sounds a bit sassy. But honestly, not everybody needs to hear it from you. In fact, some people definitely do not want to hear it from you. If we think about food products, for example, in the supermarket, if you have a food product that is not for people who are allergic to nuts, you have to label it accordingly. Those people with nut allergies do not want you being flexible and open, saying, gosh, it could be for everybody. If they're allergic to nuts, tell them to not go anywhere near it. We are actually being kinder and nicer by being more specific. This is the closing of part 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. For more money resources, If you want some help, if you want more free resources, you can follow along with the playlist. There's loads of information in there. If you want to share this with anybody, please do so. I would love that. I'll also share some links to some of my favorite money books if that's helpful as well. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Bye.